Have you ever been in a moment where your faith started to slip? Not all at once, but slowly. You were strong before. You believed. You trusted God. But then something happened. Something unexpected. Something that shook you. And now, you're not as confident as you used to be. You still believe, but there's doubt, questions, fear, and you're wondering, God, am I losing my faith? Because it feels different now. It feels harder. But there's a moment in the Bible that speaks directly to this. When Peter walked on water, Jesus' disciples were in a boat in the middle of a storm. The wind was strong, the waves were crashing, and in the middle of that storm, they saw Jesus walking in the water. At first, they were afraid. They thought it was a ghost, but Jesus said, "Take courage, it is I. Don't be afraid." And Peter responded. He said, "Lord, if it's really you, tell me to come to you on the water." And Jesus said, "Come." Now think about that. Peter stepped out of the boat into the storm, and for a moment, he did the impossible. He walked on water, not because of his strength, but because of his faith. As long as his eyes were on Jesus, he was steady. He was moving forward. He was doing something supernatural. But then something changed. The Bible says he noticed the wind. He saw the waves. And suddenly his focus shifted from Jesus to the storm. And in that moment, fear took over. Doubt crept in. And he began to sink. Not instantly, but gradually. And that's how it happens. You don't lose faith all at once. It happens when your focus shifts. When you start looking at the problem more than you look at God, when the situation feels bigger than your faith. But here's the powerful part. As Peter was sinking, he cried out, "Lord, save me." And immediately, Jesus reached out his hand and caught him. Not after he figured it out, not after he got stronger, immediately. And that's what you need to understand. Even when your faith is shaky, God is still there. Even when doubt creeps in, he doesn't walk away. Even when you feel like you're sinking, he reaches for you. Because your faith doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to reach for him. And maybe that's where you are right now. You stepped out in faith. You believed, you trusted. But then life happened. The storm got loud, the pressure got real, and now you feel like you're sinking. But don't forget this. You were never meant to walk on water alone. Keep your eyes on Jesus, not the storm, not the fear, not the situation. Because what you focus on determines what controls you. And if you fix your focus back on him, you'll find your footing again. So don't give up. Don't pull back. And don't let doubt convince you that your faith is gone. Because even in the middle of your doubt, God is still holding you. And he's not going to let you drown.